kind of catch up where we're at. I'll put the two cabinets up above the stove. And I also made just small errors. And that's what happens when you don't have your full design yet. Let's see, I put that piece of crown there. And what we're actually gonna do is build out a hood vent that I'm gonna put through here. It's gonna be 30 inches. I'm gonna frame it out and build it out and put a cabinet on top. So I'm gonna have to cut that crown flush. I'm also gonna have to cut that piece of crown flush, which is not a big deal, but crown nowadays I think is around $27 for 8 foot of it. So that's probably $5 or $6 I just wasted. As you can see, I've got caulk and wood filler in most of it. I still need to sand the wood filler down, but for carpentry, caulk and wood filler fixes most of the mistakes. Any of the gaps I had, I use the stretchable caulk so it won't crack. And once I paint it white, you will never see any of this. I picked up the Craig jig to drill these holes. I still have to do the same thing for this cabinet and this cabinet. This is also going to be another pantry. We're probably going to do 2 pull-outs here, and I'll show you how to do those with undermount slides. Let's see what else. For this corner here, this is where I'm going to be putting those floating shelves. I'm going to put the brackets along here, but I'll have 2 shelves for now in case the wife wants a third one. Above the stove, you usually see them uniform cabinets. So what we're going to do is, I think this is going to be about a 12-inch door, and I'm going to put a 12-inch door on this side, and the other door might be smaller. More than likely I think it's going to be smaller, but the doors will match, and they'll both open on for this one left side, for this one right side, so they open out. So that would keep it looking uniform. And then the door over here, we'll probably make it open from the right, just so the handles aren't on the same side. If you're wondering, this water line right here, we're going to put a pot filler in there whenever I push this stove back and figure out where I want to set it. Trying to think what else we did or haven't talked about. So the sink, this is the farmhouse sink. So I laid it in. You got 2x4 framing underneath to hold all the weight. It goes all the way down. I've been waiting until the end to start doing all the drywall repairs. This is the first time I've had to do texture. I mean, there's texture ceilings and textured walls. I hate texture, but it's all throughout the house. So I'm just going to try to mimic it. As you can see, the caulk and the wood filler make this stuff look real nice. And like I said, once it's painted, it's going to look seamless. We also still have to figure out lighting and the island. So the island, my wife wants to actually probably make it bigger by 1 foot. So that's going to be the last thing. I'm going to build the island after the flooring is done, because I'm just going to have the island sit on top of the floor. It's going to be heavy enough where it won't move with whatever countertop we put on it. But I'm going to have to do the lighting. So we're going to have more than likely 2 pendant lights over the island. And we're trying to figure out for the kitchen lights, I'm going to take that light out and we're going to do can lights. If we do 3 of them, 4 of them, we're going to have to figure that out. And if you have a significant other like mine, the designs always change. So now she's talking about maybe removing this light and putting some pendants up here, pendant lighting on the wall. So we'll see where that goes. I still have some more caulking to do, some more wood filler to do, and a lot more touch-up sanding, and then I'll prime all of the cabinets. Once I prime them, I'm going to paint them, and then I'll start doing my doors and drawers. But other than that, this is how it looks. I'll back up, see if you can get a full view. So that's how she looks right now. So another thing I didn't talk about is my trim pieces. Around the sides and bottoms, I use 2-inch pine, and it's actually 1.5 inch pine. And the tops, I use 4-inch, just so I have more of a nail board for my crown molding. I went with pine because it was cheaper. Usually people go for poplar, and poplar was about probably $6 more a board, I want to say. And these are 8 foot long before I cut them down. I don't think they're any softer than poplar. Poplar is pretty soft, but if I see anything appreciable during the use of the kitchen, like if they start dinging or scratching more easily, I'll definitely make a video about it. But I did go the cheaper route and use pine.